Hello everyone, this is Dr. Dan from Access Analog. Today we're going to talk all about presets. And this is one of the most powerful features of our standalone application and our plugin. Presets behave exactly the same for both cases, plugin and standalone app. So I want to walk through those for you. First and most simple is when you pull in a piece of gear, all of the buttons are set to a default, a fairly benign state. But then we recommend what you do is start with this, which is the equipment presets that come from the factory presets. We work with SSL or Rupert Neve to come up with some presets that exhibit the wide array of things that you can do on this piece of gear. So for right now, I have a bright space. I've set it up. That's where I wanted to start. But I'm going to change the threshold here just a little bit, increase the space, and so now I've customized it, and I like it even better than what we've got for the certain settings that came with the factory. So now I want to save that. The best way to do that is to press the plus button, and I'll say my SSL #1. And that's what I want to save as my preset. So I go there, save it. Now you'll notice at the bottom, after the factory presets, I now have my preset saved. So I can go vintage, I can change it to my, and all those settings will change automatically. So that's how you can save a preset for a specific piece of gear. Once you're done with it and you don't want it to clutter up this menu, say, all you have to do is go to the minus button, and that will then delete that preset so it's no longer there. Not able to delete the factory presets, those will always stay. Now let me show you an even more powerful feature, and that's chain presets. So let's say that I want to put two pieces together. I've got the API, and then I'm also going to use my MBT here. And so I pick a preset, and I change this to say low shelf, high shelf. So now I've got my API set up with my MBT, and once I've gone through it and I've modified it and saved things exactly, tweaked it exactly the way I want it, now just like I could for an individual piece of gear, I can save that chain preset. So I go here and I say add preset, and I'm going to call it my API, and then I'll say MBT. And now I've got that, and I can recall that later just by going back to the chain preset and then pulling that down here. So that's the one I've got right now. You can see it. I just pulled it back in, which it's already there. So that's how to save a chain preset. You can also do something very interesting where if you wanted to have a category, you could add a category presets. So I'll say, for example, drums here. And then let's say I've got some special changes I've made for this, and this is specific to drums. So I go back here, drums, add remove, and now I can add that preset, MBT drums. Boy, typing's not good, MBT drums. So now I can save categories of chain presets as well, which can also be equally powerful. So that's how to use a chain preset. Now I'm going to take you to the third part of the presets, which is even more powerful, I think, and that's A versus B. So when you have a chain that's in our rack, that's automatically assigned to chain A. What I can then do is I can say copy A to B. In this case, I've already got something in A. I want to copy it to B. But now, when I'm in B, I click to B. I'm going to change this. So I'm going to remove the MBT, I'm going to pull in an MBP. So now I've got something different here. I'll just get some kind of settings. So now I've got the API and the MBP. Now what I can do is A versus B, assuming the pieces of gear are available to use. See how it pulled in the API and the MBT, and now I can go back and forth API and MBP. Very powerful for A versus B. Truly, most people just use the same pieces of gear, and they might tweak some of the changes a little bit and then do A versus B. But sometimes you might want to change an entire chain to do A versus B, and we allow you to do that as well. So very powerful feature. I hope you like what you saw. There's many features that we have that are in our videos, so I encourage you to look at our YouTube channel and support pages and see all the different features that we support, but this is by far one of the most powerful. If you have any questions about it, give me an email at dan@accessanalog.com, and as we like to say, from our racks to your tracks, Access Analog.